DA. Progression help. Okay, so first of all, DA is really fucking difficult because we don't even know how damage is exactly calculated. We tried to make a DA calculator, kind of, and we're somewhat closer to how it's probably working, but we're still not exactly where it is. So we still don't exactly know how DAs change main. Yeah, so, well, if you're sure that you want to keep playing Demon Avenger, I guess be sure of that first. If you're sure about that, then this advice will help you. Well, yeah, but if you want to know if you gotta spend your money on the DA or not. Okay, let's see. Good main stats. Nice. 2k everything. Standard. No second PC. Not planning to get one. You can make about 180 mil an hour with Legion and LP1. So that's without... yeah, so that's without Kishin. You got 1.2 bill per week because Ursa's dailies and weeklies. Very self-funding Arcana to farm on in Arcana. Okay. Okay, let's see. This is what you're at right now. Got the HP, got the crit rate, crit damage, ignore defense. Wait, which one don't you have maxed out of damage and boss damage? I probably max whatever you have in bomb damage or boss damage instead of the ignore defense. We have a lot of ignore defense as DAs, so if you're gonna skimp out on getting from not getting level 10 on any of them, I would say you can dump ignore defense there instead of the other one, I would say. But that's a pretty min-maxy thing. You have boss damage max, but not regular damage then, right? Not percentage damage, I don't think. Because I don't think you can max 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think you can only max 5. Reboot Cosmos Ring. Ooh, nice. So we're gonna see what stage you're in. 13 star. Oh, that's that signature DA potential. Always there's got to be a line of MP or defense with it. Superior. Oh, you're still working on your totems, I imagine. By the way, make sure if you're well, I guess you don't have to. Fucking dark totems are dark totems. Strength or whatever doesn't really matter. It's not worth. Oh, another HP, MP. How unpredictable. Full stat effect. Nice. And HP, MP. You don't make this stuff up, dude. Fucking cubing. Wait, 0 in damage? What the fuck? Dude, damage is percentage damage right here. You gotta put points in damage, man. Percentage damage and points in HP are like the same. So you probably want to click reset and then get everything to level 9? Wait, you're at 92% crit rate with crit rate plus 30%? Ooh. So we gotta work on some crit rate for you. Yeah, no, damage is one you want to max for show. Like, damage is the most important one, and HP. Those are the two most important ones for us. So you max those to 10, and then after that, you put points in critical rate up until you can get to 100%. And then the rest in critical damage, and then boss damage, and then ID last. That's kind of the order for Demon Avengers. So you can already reset that now. Okay, so you're at 92 with critical rate, but also I don't know how big the chocolate buff is here. I don't know which effect this is having on your critical rate. I mean, I guess it's in black, so that means that there's the chocolate has no effect right now. So that's your standard. Did you get the Utah Farm title? You probably want to get that one. That's some nice critical rate as well. Okay, let's move over through the rest of the gear. You got an Absolab Desperado. It's 12 star. Is it a 12 star locked one, like a fake one, or from actual Damien? Is this a real one? Because I don't think you can tell by just looking. Strength 82, attack power 5% damage. It's fine. 10% also 10% luck, 10% attack. That's not amazing potential, especially not compared to everything else. But I guess you're in the process of getting 2-line everything. Oh, I skipped dependence here. 2-line 15 star, nice. With some HP, 2-line 12, 15, nice. We replaced with a real... Oh, it is. So it isn't a real one. Okay, my bad. My bad. I should have kept looking for a little bit more. Okay, so that's why you're keeping it that way and not investing more money because you're getting a new one. That makes a lot of sense. 15 star here. Look, with defense. Oh, what did the other ones have, by the way, guys? Let's just check. Oh, dex and defense. Huh. So defense, MP, and 1 dex line so far. Okay. And then, yeah, 1350 flame on all this stuff. Nice. Is this a good flame? 2250 HP? Is that what we get? 2250. Exclamation mark flames. Boom. Ctrl F. HP. Bim. Level 150. Oh, it's a tier 5. Okay. So you could try to go for a tier 6 now because of all of the flames we're getting from all of the bosses. You could go for 2700. So that's a tier 5 that you have right now. At no attack, I guess, but 1440, pretty sure that's what I have. Oh my god, this is so disgusting. 12% MP line. But yeah, this is fine. 15 stars, some shit. That's good. That's an easy 16 star during the 5, 10, 15, right? For this, I assume you're doing Chaos Papulatus every week, so you can get a chance of your Papulatus eye. Yeah, flames obviously shit. You get 2 out of 3 lines. 2 or 3 lines. Oh, and invincible for 2 more seconds when hit. That's pretty nice. And 16 star. Good, good. And you got the 2700 HP here. Good. The 2250 and HP, MP. Huh. How does it keep happening? It's so random, guys. Decent haste and 21% HP. 2700. This one's just 3 star. Yeah, so I'm still using mine, but mine's 10 stars. So I'm gonna assume that you're gonna switch this one out for Abdulab Shoe. Well, I guess kind of the problem is now, do you still want to keep maining DA and then go harder? Because there's a bunch of steps you have to make, you know? This is when the upgrades start costing quite a bit. You're going for Star Force post 15, you're going for from 2 line to 3 line. This is where upgrades are getting very expensive. You call... yeah, you got the HP here. So right now for Gollux, you're at a 5 set bonus, right? You got the earring, the belt, 2 pendants, and the ring. So right now you're at 5. So you could drop 1 superior item, like let's say the superior Gollux earring, and then switch that. But right now, I mean, if you want to, so if you're gonna keep that, you could go for the Meister earring. You know, flame the Meister earring, get it to 16 star, and then transpose it into the Sweetwater earring, and then upgrade that. Or you could keep this, wait for the Varus Hilla pendant, switch out 1 pendant for the Varus Hilla pendant. You could do that. Yeah, it kind of depends on how long term you're going to be planning, so that's something you have to kind of decide for yourself, but those are like your 2 options there. What I did is I still use this earring because I have a 12-star Tyrant belt, so I switched that one out myself. You do want to make the DA strong enough for at least normal Lucid? Okay, yeah, so you're gonna have to move into some Absolab stuff, but you don't have to super min-max on everything. Yeah, for Varus we're all needing a carry, for sure. Fucking dead weight. 12 stat shoulder. Ah, that beautiful 12, 9, 10. Oh, you got the gloves already as well. Nice. Flame 2.4, so that's probably a tier 5 as well, and 6 attack. Oh, that's not bad. 8% critical damage, 10%, 7%. Yeah, it's kind of cucked, but not much you can do as a DA. I mean, if you have a lot of cubes, you could try to go for critical damage with a line of HP, but it's kind of memey. You probably want to go for 2 lines of crit damage later anyway, so this is probably fine. 13 star. Oh, 966. Yeah, I would see why you would keep that. Yeah, so basically the thinking behind this for people who are like, ugh, unique emblem, ugh. So let's say your goal is to get to legendary and you would settle for 12-9 in anything. Well, that's already what you have now, so there's no point in spending money in it unless you're trying to go for higher than 21, right? Of course, you're trying to go higher, but are you realistically going to get it, right? It depends on how much money you're spending. So it is perfectly fine to keep this at 21. I mean, I have 24, so it's pretty much the same. I mean, it's a little better. Just a reminder, if you're going for perfect 3 lining, then make sure that your heart and your badge, if your heart isn't already... yeah, that your heart and badge are like the first items that you try to go 3 line on. Because those are the items with the least junk lines, so they are the cheapest ones to get perfect 3 line on for HP. Nice arcane power, by the way, dude. Good job on that. That gives you a lot of HP as well. Secondary 12, 9 index. Ooh, this one can be improved, I would say. I'll try to go for 2 lines attack here. There's still a lot of because this is 0. 9% intellect is 0, 6% all stat is as good as 0. There's definitely some damage missing here. I don't know how much money you have, but maybe get like a second secondary and try to, you know, try to get one better than the other one and then switch over and then improve the other one again, or just straight up try to improve this one. 2.7, 2 lines, and then just the cape. Yeah, you don't really want to spend any big money on this. It's good clean, but it starts getting pretty inefficient, star forcing it. Like, you could try to go for like 5-star shoes and cape, but it mainly gives you all stats. So for DA, it's only going to be worth over 5, and over 5 I wouldn't advise anyway if you're going for Absolab pretty soon. So the Absolab cape and the shoe, right? That's what you're looking at, and that'll make the and then a real weapon, and that'll make your 5 set bonus. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. That's gonna be a good set bonus too, right? Because you'll end up with 4, 5 with 50 more attack, 10 IED, 30 boss damage. Yeah, and the max HP MP isn't worth it because you lose the max HP MP from the hat. Where's the hat at? You lose 10% here and 50 attack, and then you swap it for, what is it, 20 and 30? Oh, 20 and 20. Yeah, that's not worth. If it was 40 attack, then it was maybe worth it. 50, it was definitely worth. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so this is the one where cubing wise you would start here, for sure. And then so for the whole accessory situation, I guess for now it's fine. But if you're going like long term past Lotus and shit, then you gotta figure out like which one of these you're gonna drop and switch. And that's also, I think with the event rings you'll be fine. But like the next step after that is reinforced ring Starforce, solid ring Starforce, Kana ring Starforce, Meister ring Starforce, Meister ring Starforce to transpose into superior, you know, that kind of stuff. That's all the next step, and that's when things start costing a lot. What kind of flame do you have on the book, by the way? Because the book is not considered a boss item, the pocket item. Wait, I didn't scroll all the way down yet, did I? Maybe you're still showing it, my bad. No, you're not showing it. What is the flame on your pocket item? Because since it's not a boss item, there's still a decent chance that the pink holy cup gets you better stats. But this is like very min-maxy, but just to make sure that you're aware of that. Okay, like arcane. I'm gonna skip through the like buy this really quickly because it's a little triggering. You have some setup for items already. Yeah, so you're pretty sure, you're pretty aware of all the items that are like level 150, so you can transfer hammer it in, right? Like you have the shoulders and everything. So basically what you have to wonder about is what kind of stars item do I want? How many of the items are you just going to buy straight up? And how many are you going to do 1 tier lower, high star force, transfer hammer in? For some items, like for the cape, it's kind of a given that you do it through an enraged Zakum cape. You don't want to waste tons of materials on getting a shit ton of Absolab capes. That's just a waste of money. But for something like a superior pendant, you might need to take a reinforced or a dominator pendant just because superior pendants are pretty rare. So You do have some already, but you need 2 slots, so there's a decent amount of them that you need. Your belt situation seems pretty healthy too, I'm gonna say. You still have the Cunner ring, you have the Chaos ring, you got the Tenebris ring. Yep. That legendary old shoulder, nice. Okay, link skill situation, Yeah, so I don't. This is gonna be like pretty min-maxy, but some level 3 links are pretty good for you because you have the 30% inner ability right now, crit rate. Eventually you'll want to roll out of that, but for that you will need to use all of your crit rate chances that you can. So higher Phantom Instinct, higher Focus Spirit. This is surprising actually. Did you level your Kaiser already? Because this gives you this gives you percentage HP, which is really fucking good. And you're also not using the Cannon Master, I see. Cannon Master also gives you up to 15% HP, so that's a really good link as well. If you check !mark link skills in the chat, you will see all of the link skills and all of the legions for all of the characters. So if you check under HP and scroll out, so this one's pretty non-sequitur, I guess, but so the Beast Tamer is the percentage, that's nice. Cannoneer percentage, Kaiser higher percentage, Dark Knight gives you percentage in Legion, and then Mihail and Dawnwarrior give you flat amounts in Legion. So these are nice as fuck if you're DA, and then look at critical rate as well. Critical rate, these are important, and then once you have high critical rate, then critical damage also becomes very important. So these are like your priorities for damage as a DA, because you don't have to worry about all stats. Weapon and magic attack is not super important, and then damage is a nice one, of course. So make sure you prioritize based on those. Pocket item, you're switching between that one and the pink bean one, whichever gives you more. Okay, yeah, that's fine. What about a Japanese cape? You could do that, but it's easier to just have a bunch of Zakum ones. Because then if you do blow one up, you can just transfer the trace. You want to have as little clutter in your inventory as possible. Like, you don't want to have a whole inventory full of weird traces that you can't use on anything. It saves a little bit of time if you can just, you know, transfer a 12-star trace. It doesn't necessarily save that much money, but it just saves you a bunch of time, and time equals money to a certain extent, so. Cannon Master, bad class. Cannon Master is just a really good link, yeah. The book can be flamed. Yeah, you can flame it, but it's not considered a boss item, so it probably get pretty bad flames. Like low tier. But because it's still high level, even a low tier flame on a high level item can still be okay, you know? Because it's level 200, right? So look at HP increase for level 200 items. So you'll probably... The best you can do is probably a tier 4 flame with an eternal, right? Well, 2 to 4, 3 to 5. Yeah, like if you can get a tier 5, that would be 3k. Tier 4 would be 2.4k, which is not bad, because if you compare it to a boss flame, like a level 140, like the tier 6 is only 2520, so the tier 6 is only a little bit better than the tier 4 for level 200, so comparable. Depending on if you can get weapon attack with it, one might be better than the other. Yeah, so that book is using the Oda pin is level 200. Oh, you confuse it with the codex. Oh, I see, yeah. So yeah, you got to look at your account a little bit holistically right now. By the way, here I would use so right now you're not using decent sharp eyes, which I get because you have a lot of crit rate right now, especially if you get the Utah title on top of it, you're just at 100%. But eventually you'll want to roll out of the 30% critical rate from your inner ability and then replace that lost critical rate with more critical rate from your Night Lord and your Marksman and your Legion, more critical rate from your Link skills, Beast Tamer and Phantom, and more critical rate from decent sharp eyes, you know, and that kind of fills it all up, or some extra critical rate in your Legion, you know, because getting the extra rank of attack speed in your inner ability is quite nice because it just improves how quickly you can do all your damage, so it is pretty good. Oh wait, you do have sharp eyes. Wait, I didn't see you have decent sharp eyes anywhere. How did you do that? Oh, wait, you took it off here. Okay, I see, I see. Sneaky, sneaky. Look at that. He switched his nodes. Sneaky, sneaky. Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, so with decent sharp eyes, you're at 100% crit right now, yeah. If you do, I don't know how close you are to the Utah title. You should probably be able to get it now if you're getting this many points. With that on, you could, for example, switch out the Phantom Link for something else that does damage. But yeah, so I would say level up the Kaiser Link for sure, and get the Cannoneer Link. Like, those are really good. That's a lot of damage. Like, Cannoneer Link is way better than Keen Edge, for example. Also, this is kind of not a mess, but if you have terms and conditions and light wash, then that means you're in the bossing setup, right? Because you only want to get your burst and you only want to have extra ID if you're bossing. However, you also have Rune Persistence, Elven Blessing, but not the Aaron one. So you have two very significant mobbing links here and two bossing links, which goes against each other, right? You always want to be in either the bossing setup or the mobbing setup. So make sure that you that your loadout is like optimized for what you're doing. But either way, in both those loadouts, you'll want high level Iron Will and high level Cannoneer Link. Those are important. Lots of percentage HP. Amber farm once on a Kaiser should make it level 2. Yeah, that should be a pretty easy thing to do. So that's kind of that. So I guess you're treading carefully and just working your way slowly into Absolab because you just want to be Lucid ready and you're not sure if you want to main it and spend a lot of the money after being able to do Lucid, so that's fine. I would say mainly focus on upgrading your weapon then. Maybe even throw all your money at that. I don't know how close you are to getting the actual weapon, but I guess spend most of your money on the weapon then, because that's where most of your damage is going to come from. Go for at least 2 lines of attack, go for at least 17 stars, and get everything that is already 15 star, just the easy 16 star for free, and then check how much money you have left, because you're gonna have to flame your weapon as well, but there's a lot of free flames coming from bosses now, so you don't necessarily have to reserve a lot of money for that if you get lucky there. But yeah, like the whole thing, so especially if you're gonna maybe switch mains, but for your Legion as well, this, my friend, this will not do. This is kind of the Legion I expect my mom to build. She's sleeping, right? Yeah. This is a mess. You got magic attack, intellect, a little bit of critical damage, ignore defense, but only a small amount, and HP. This is probably the most unoptimal character placement I've ever seen. Yeah, this kind of hurts me to look at. So what you're gonna want to do is you want to switch. Guess you can see my Legion. When you're at this amount, 3k, 18 characters. Okay. Yeah, so you're basically going for the same setup as I am, except for except for IED. So you're transferring through attack and then into HP and then building down to boss damage and connecting with critical rate, which you will always need like a little bit of. Yeah, like this. So you want to have as much room to fill here or as much room to fill here, so you'll probably be filling out more in attack and in HP, and then fill up as much of critical damage as possible, as much of boss damage as possible, and then leftover, if you have leftover between attack and HP, then put the rest in critical rate. That's kind of what you want to do. Honestly, since your situation is already like this, I would just remove everything and build it from scratch. But yeah, and put your first piece one higher, so you're above the bar, so you can easily, because this one isn't bad if you float into it a little bit, and you want to get to this and this, so it makes more sense to go over the top than over the bottom, because if you're going over the bottom, you have an extra leak of an extra piece over here as well. So try to use an archer, I would say. Try to use an archer first, because the archers are the super long pieces, and put that one here or here, and then move over to the right and the left, and then into the side. But yeah, I would say most gains you can make now, so that's like recubing your secondary, getting your weapon and investing your money on that, getting the easy Star Force on all of the gear you had, the easy flames you already did perfectly, you got all of your event rings, that's all fine. Just in general, building your account right now and taking advantage of Utah Farm, I think is one of the best things you can do for your account. So check out !link skills, look at which classes give something nice for your character or for another character that you're thinking about maybe playing, and level out those characters in Amber Waves. That's gonna be a lot of gains for you. But yeah, and redo your Legion, because this is kind of like the way that I tell my mom as well. When you're putting a lot of time into this game and you're leveling characters and you're working on these things, you've earned the buffs that you can get from your Legion. But when you build your Legion like this, you're not utilizing the buffs, even though you've earned them. So you're kind of robbing yourself of damage that you could get if you just redesign something. It's like my mom when she puts something in storage and then she doesn't take it out, or she gets Monster Park potions, but then she doesn't use them. Or she does use Monster Park every single day and she has all the coins and she buys potions, but then she doesn't use them. And it's like, well, it's not like you have to min-max hardcore or anything. Like, you can still play the game how you want. However, if you're not taking advantage of the things that you yourself worked for, you're kind of trying to play the game on super hard mode, you know? And you don't have to. Like, nobody's expecting you to play without a good Legion or anything. Like, you're allowed to benefit from the Legion that you've built yourself, you know? You've worked hard for it. So make sure you reward yourself with a good build for your Legion, because you worked hard on getting these levels, so you're worth them working for you, okay? So remove all the pieces, put make this HP, make this attack, switch the other ones out, put a archer in the middle, and then just build towards this side, build towards that side, and then fill up the ones in the middle, and then put the rest in critical rate. Let's see how much surface you have here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 40, so 64. This is 30, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, that's 15. Yeah, 15 and 15. 30, 31, 32. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 13, 36. 36, 30. Oh, it's already 66, 68. Okay, so you'll be four short, and you'll have to have at least one here. So you'll be 5 short of maxing one of them. So you'll be 5 short of maxing HP, maxing attack. So 5 short of maxing attack, max critical damage, max HP, 1 in critical rate, and then the rest in boss damage. You should be able to swing that, especially since your pieces are still rather small. So you still have a lot of flexibility with which piece you put where. Just make sure you put the weirdly shaped pieces or the biggest pieces first, and then build from there. I believe in you, man. Thoughts on the DA changes? Dog shit. As XQC would say, dog shit. Dude. It's a dog shit. Alright. Does all of that kind of make sense, Chaoshuntz? Is there anything in particular you think you need more guidance on? Yeah, Legion is, well, especially because we have Utah Farm right now. That's where you can get a lot of gains right now. Just try to get as many characters up to 140. It's a free 6k Legion, basically. It's not free, but you can level so many characters so fast right now, so much easier, with so much less funding than normal. Try to find a map where there's a Kana standing. Maybe there's going to be a bishop that hops in and gives you HS. Legion gains is where it's at, yeah. Blast just needs to be removed, and we need something else. I don't think you can buff Blast enough for it to be useful. I mean, they already changed Blast like mechanics in the last update as well, but It doesn't work. It like in a game where when people are literally doing trillions of damage in less than a minute, to give you a skill that you have to hold down for 7 seconds to do optimal damage, and it'll always deal more damage to you than you heal from it. Like, what's the healing buff is pretty massive. I mean, does it give you like a buff of extra 100% HP if you use it or something? They're raising the HP recovery rate. Yeah, but I don't like if they make blast similar to weapon aura, where it just triggers every 4 seconds and then heals you a bunch, but it becomes a passive buff with your attack and you don't have to individually trigger it, but it works as a buff. Like that would be great, for example, because then you don't have to worry about holding the skill down and all of that shit. But just the fact that it's a skill down, like it's just not good. And the whole claim, like, well, you can just do it while you're doing other attacks and it doesn't interrupt. Well, theoretically that might be true, but practically it always interrupts your shit. It never fully works. It's the same as the charged arrow for marksman. Like, you have to hold it down for a full second before it even registers that it's being held down. It's so dumb. You're good for now. Thanks a lot. Hey, you're welcome, man. Anyone else in the chat, if you have enough Moses and you're wondering about where do you go with your character, with your gear, with your whole account, like what's the... Am I playing the game balancedly? Is it super unbalanced? Am I on the right way? You can always use the gear progression advice in the store.